Oh dears, how are you? There are people around you, people around us, and maybe many of us as well. They have a reasonable amount of resources, financial resources, and otherwise. Despite all that, they are unable to lead a happy life. They don't think that they are comfortable enough. So that is something quite a pity. It's not something good at all. And conversely, there are certain other people as well, certain other people whose resources are not many, not large, not abundance, but despite all that, they are able to lead a happy life, they are able to lead a comfortable life, and they are satisfied with their life. So, why is it such a gap? Why is there such a discrepancy? It is because of the way they think, it is because of the way they behave, it is because of the way they live their life. So, we have made it a topic of our discussion today that can we lead a happy life? Can we lead a comfortable life despite the fact that the resources which I am possessing are not many? I don't have the abundance in my life, yet I want to lead a happy and comfortable life. So that is quite possible because there are people, a reasonably good number of the people in every society, in every community, those who are practicing it, and we have made it a topic of our discussion today. So let's begin our talk and let's begin with the certain principles which are key principles, and these are the foundations of leading a happy life and a comfortable life despite meager resources. So there are five key principles, and the first key principle is focus on what you have, not what you are lacking. Focus on what you are having. And we often listen and read that shift your focus from what you lack to what you have if you want to be a happy person. So, here that is one of the key principles, that is shift your focus from what you are lacking to what you are possessing. The second key principle is that is simple living. Simple living. And simple living says prioritize needs over wants. We have the wants and we have the needs. The needs are very important to fulfill, but as far the wants are concerned, the wants are not that much important. But the trouble with the many people is that they are unable to differentiate between what are the needs and what are the wants. They have taken certain wants, and they are putting it into the bracket of the needs. So that is what is creating a confusion, that is what is creating a lot of dissatisfaction. We need to come out of this circumstance side of situation, this sort of mindset, and we need to separate that these are the wants and these are the needs. I am going to focus and concentrate upon my needs and not my wants at all. That is called the second principle of simple living and prioritizing the needs over the wants. Now, the third key principle is that is called contentment. Contentment. Be satisfied with your resources, and being content, being satisfied with your resources. Don't keep moaning and groaning that you are lacking. Don't feel dissatisfied at all. Rather be contented that your resources are right. Though it does not mean that I should try to increase it, but still whatever I'm possessing, still my current resources, I'm satisfied with all that. Now the fourth key principle is that it is called resourcefulness. The fourth key principle is called resourcefulness, and that is make the most of available resources. Making the most of, do your utmost, try to do your utmost, making the best possible use of your possessions, of your resources, and that is the optimal use of your resources, and trying to make the best possible use of whatever you are possessing. So that is called resourcefulness. The fifth and the last key principle is that is community, and it says build strong relationships with others, with the people around. Building strong relationships with the people around. So that is the fifth and the last key principle of living a happy life despite meager resources, living a comfortable life despite not having the abundance. And that is the first segment of our today's talk. Moving to the next segment, and that is practical tips. Practical tips, and these practical tips are seven in number. The first practical tip is that live below your means. Live below your means. And it says spend less than you earn. Spending less than you earn. There are people who are seen borrowing the money, taking the credit from here and there. They are the foolish people. And there are people who are consuming all of their resources. They are not good people either. What is needed is that spend less than what you earn. And this is that is the that is the that is another simple tip. Rather, it is the first practical tip out of the seven. And the second practical tip is that is cultivate skills. Cultivate skills, and develop skills to be self sufficient. Develop skills to be self sufficient. There are people who are seen calling other people at their home for the smaller works, but it is far better if at all somebody has cultivated certain types of skills to be self sufficient. They don't have to pay to other people, and they are able to do it by themselves. I need to learn it. Other people, most of the people need to learn and to cultivate certain basic skills. And the third practical tip is that grow your own food. And the kitchen garden, it is being taken by some of the people, but with the passage of time, more and more people have to adopt it. If at all somebody have a small piece of land, I think they try to grow certain foods for themselves, whatever they can. And it is, although it is a bit advanced, but the people have started it. Maybe with the passage of time, more and more people have to adopt this thing. And now the fourth practical tip is that is conserve resources. And conserving of the resources says reuse, and repurpose. And it is reduce and reduce the consumption. And then it is the recycle. You are unable to do that, sell it to those who are able to recycle it. Now, the fifth practical tip, that is find free entertainment. Finding free entertainment. How can we do that? So, I think we can visit the parks, spend some of our time there. We can read a book or play the games. So, that is finding free entertainment. Now, the sixth practical tip says prioritize experiences. And what is this, by the way? It says focus on creating the memories, not accumulating possessions. Focus on creating the memories and not accumulating possessions at all. Now, the seventh and the last tip, The seventh and the last practical tip is that practice mindfulness. Mindfulness says, although every one of us have a past, and usually our previous life is full of regrets, but we don't have to keep repenting and regretting at all. Rather, learning from whatever can be learned from the previous experiences, then let it go, let it go, let it go. Do not dwell in the past at all. Stop living in the past at all. And all of us have a future as well. Usually there are worries about the future. Stop worrying, plan whatever you can, then learn to live in the present. Learn to live in the present. That is, these are the seven practical tips of living a comfortable life, living a happy life without much of the resources. And at the last step of our today's talk, we are going to talk about certain mindset shifts which are only four in number. We need to develop a certain type of temperament and mood, and it is a kind of mindset shift which is needed. And the first mindset shift which is needed is that is redefine happiness. Redefining the happiness, focus on inner peace, focusing on the inner peace and not the material possessions at all. That is, redefine happiness. The second mindset shift is embrace imperfection, embracing of imperfection. Our life is not perfect at all. It is far, 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 far away from the perfect, but accept that things won't always be perfect at all. So we have to live an imperfect life in the imperfect circumstances, in the imperfect type of position, and it is okay, okay, okay to be imperfect. Now, the third mindset shift is cultivate patience. Cultivate patience. Understand that good things takes time. Understanding that the good things take time. We need to be more and more patient because patience is a virtue. Rather, if I say that patience is one of the biggest virtues, there is no exaggeration in it at all. So let's try to be patient. Let's try to be as patient. The more patient we are, the stronger we will become. And for that purpose, the fourth and the last mindset shift is that focus on the journey. That says enjoy the process and not just the destination. Don't put off your happiness, that you will be satisfied only, you will be happy only once you reach your destination, once you reach a comfortable atmosphere. Rather, try to enjoy whatever type of circumstances, whatever type of situations you are living in, whatever type of journey you are having. Enjoy the journey, because every day which is gone will never ever return to us, will never ever be given back to us. So for that purpose, do not waste your time at all. Rather, enjoy the journey, whatever type of journey is, because it will never be given back to us. So why to keep moaning and groaning? Why to keep crying? Why not to be happy with the journey, with the circumstances? By adopting these principles, by adopting these tips, and by adopting these mindset shifts, you can live a happy and a comfortable life without much of the resources, rather with the meager resources. I think that is the kind of talk which is needed by maybe some 80%, 70% the people of our community, our society, and maybe every society. So that is all from me today. Thank you very much.